Homework 23 starts and is still working with slope stuff. It wants us to find the slope of the parallel and perpendicular line to a given line. Well, what we need to know is that for a parallel line, they're going to have the exact same slope, right? If my two lines are parallel, the slope should be the same. For the perpendicular line, it's going to be opposite the reciprocal once we figure out our slope. So again, like we did on those previous ones, if I want to find the slope of my line, I have to have it in the correct form. The correct form is that y equals mx plus b form, because then we know that the number in front of the x is a slope. So just like on those previous ones when I said find the slope of my line, I've got to rearrange it. So if I'm going to rearrange it, I want to get the y by itself, I'm going to move that x to the other side. So I have to minus my 9x, right? So I'm going to have negative 2y equals negative 9x plus 2. I then have to divide by my negative 2 that's in front of my y. So dividing by negative 2, y is going to equal. Here I have a negative over a negative, so that's going to be a positive 9/2 x. And here I have a positive over a negative, which is a negative. 2 divided by 2 simplifies into 1. So y equals 9/2 x minus 1 is my equation. So that's the same thing we did before. We went through and did all that rearranging. So for the parallel line, the slope is going to be the same as the slope of that line. So the slope of that line is 9 over 2. Yep, 9/2. So parallel one, same thing as whatever I solved it and got. Perpendicular is going to have the opposite sign and be the reciprocal. So that if this is a positive 9 over 2, this is going to be a negative, and the reciprocal of 9 over 2 would be 2 over 9.
So we're just flipping it.
We're just flipping it and changing the sign. Exactly. So, we want to find the slope of the line that's parallel and perpendicular to the given line. In order to find the slope of the line, we got to get it in the right form, so that we know what one is our slope. And so what are we going to do with our equation?
We're going to move the 9x to the right to become positive.
Okay, so then our equation is going to say,
the equation's going to say negative 6y equals 9x minus 4.
okay, and then from there,
We divide.
divide by negative 6. So when we divide by negative 6, we're going to get y equals what?
Y equals 3 seconds negative
Negative 3 over 2x, yep.
3 over 2x and 2/3 minus 2/3.
You have a negative over a negative,
Oh, it's positive.
positive 2/3. So the slope of my parallel line is going to be
Your power is going to be negative 2/3.
negative 3
Oh,
over 2, right?
3 over 2.
Same as whatever you got. And then the slope of the perpendicular one will be
Is it gonna be the 2/3?
2/3. It's going to be positive 2/3, not from this, but because I have to have the opposite of the reciprocal.
Oh, okay. So I need
Right.
to watch that.
Yes, it's not this number here, it's the opposite of the reciprocal of your top number. So number 3, consider the line 7x plus 4y equals 3.
So it's gonna be 4y equals 7x.
Whoops.
What?
What happens with your 7x?
Oh, negative.
Ah.
Minus 7x plus 3.
Okay.
So we divide by 4. So y is gonna equal negative 7/4 plus 3/4.
Don't forget the x behind your
Yeah,
negative
x.
7/4.
Okay.
Now, be careful because sometimes they switch them around. Notice they switch these ones around. Just answer the parallel one first, but make sure you put it in the right spot. What is the slope of the parallel line?
Negative 7/4.
Negative 7/4. So that's going to be your second answer. And then your perpendicular line will be,
7/4.
nope,
3/4?
not 7/4, but
Positive.
positive
4/7.
4/7. Right. I got to flip it upside down and change its sign. So positive 4/7.